Hi everyone, I'm Liz from DevTech, and in today's Zoho session, you will be learning about Zoho's HRMS, which is none other than the Zoho People. So, what is Zoho People? Zoho People is an online human resource management system designed to manage and access all your employee data from a centralized location. It offers wide features such as employee self-service, leave management, attendance management, timesheets, shift scheduling, performance appraisal management, HR process automation, intuitive form builder, reports, and many more. But in today's session, we'll be focusing on the powerful automation features such as the custom forms, workflows, notifications, and reminders, and as well as customizing fields and modules. So without further ado, let's jump into our very first topic, which is customizing forms, which is very important. This is something every HR team needs, the custom forms. So whether you're collecting training feedback, equipment requests, or internal declarations, creating a custom form helps streamline your HR workflows. To start, let's log into Zoho People. From your dashboard, go to Settings, then click on a custom service. And click on the Add Form button. So configure the form, enter a form name. Or in our example, I'm gonna create an equipment request form. Then just put a brief description for your form. This form is intended for equipment requests. So you can select a form type, if add form from scratch or clone existing form. So for this session, I'm just gonna select the add form from scratch. Then click save. You can manage sections from here. If you wanted to add a linear section, tabular section, or reorder sections, form layout, and configure summary fields. So we have here in the right panel form properties and field properties. So we have here default fields, added by, modified by, added time, and modified time. So now we can add custom fields in our form. Say, since this is an equipment request form, just gonna requester name. equipment to be requested. So equipment, of course this is just an example. Custom fields you can add based on your preference. So piece, let's say quantity. Type of equipment. Okay, just save your custom fields. Access control, set permissions. Such as you can access or fill the form and whether it should appear under self-service, admin, or other rules. Preview. And that's it. That's how you create the form. If you want to move it, you can just click on the move form button and select the module from here. Now that we have already created a new form, let's set up an approval workflow. So within the service module, navigate to the approvals tab and select or click the add approval button and select the form. So I'm gonna select here the equipment request form that I have created and type the approval name, equipment approval request. You can freely add a description in the description box. And now I'm gonna define when the approval is triggered. For example, for our equipment request, let's say type of equipment, or I can select quantity. So quantity of the equipment request. Let's say it contains 5, or type of equipment contains ergonomic chair or new device. Let's say a new device. So when the type of equipment is new device, the system will trigger this approval workflow. So I'm gonna configure here the approver or approvers. So this can be one person or a chain of managers, or let's say a multi-level. Let's say from reporting to, then department head of the record owner, and then department head, and so on. So you can add multi-level approval flow. In my case, I'm gonna have a single level of approval, or one approver in this sample approval flow. So for our messages or the email that will be sent to the approver, so the from address will be the person performing this action. You can also select default from address if you prefer this default from address. So in my case, I'm just gonna select the person that request the equipment with a new device. So for the receiver or the recipient is the current approver. You can also add another email address here if there are other recipients that you want to receive the approval request. So subject new equipment request form. Say I'm gonna edit this one into new equipment request form approval. Let's say for your approval. Then the body. Hi, the approver name. Request is waiting for your approval, so please click here to approve or reject. So I'm gonna use the standard email template. You can edit this one if you want to customize the approval email template. You can add merge fields for your custom template. Alright, you can also add an attachment if you want to add let's say standard file that you want to attach for reference of the approver or approvers. So once this is saved, Zoho People will automatically route requests for approval based on the condition or criteria that I have configured. So let's add or save our approval workflow. And there you go. This is how you set up approval workflow in Zoho People. Now, let's automate notifications and reminders. So under automation, we have here and at the left panel, we have here email alerts. Here you can set when the system should notify someone. For example, let's add a sample email alert. So I'm gonna use the equipment request form, and same with what we did earlier to the approval workflow. Let's add an email alert name. Let's say email notification for email alert for receive request. So description, just a brief description, just to notify the requester that the equipment request has been received. Then same in my case earlier, for the from email address, I'm gonna select the person performing this action. And of course, if you prefer the default from address, you can select this one. And you can also add, say you want to CC or BCC some email address. Then the to or email recipient, let's say for this example, I'm just gonna stick to a static email address. So I'm gonna receive the email alert. So subject, let's say your equipment request has been received. Then for our email template, we have standard email templates. I'm gonna select so since we do not have standard template for the received, then I'm gonna create a custom template. Hi, and then your equipment request has been received. Then let's now save the email alert. So from now on, the system will automatically send these reminders without manual sending emails when an equipment request has been received from the requesters or employees. Okay, so that's how you automate notifications and reminders. Going back for our final topic, so I'm just gonna recap quickly the on how we customize the fields earlier. So when we created the form, so I have added these custom fields, so you can just easily drag and drop fields from the left panel. So we have here the basic fields, and we have here below the advanced fields. Multi-select, we have lookup, formula fields, phone, address, and the adding of notes. So that's a quick look at how to set up custom forms, adding of fields, customizing fields and modules, creation of approval workflows, and automating notifications and reminders in Zoho People. So with these functionalities, you can simplify HR tasks and make your system fit the way your organization works. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next session. Bye bye.